Hey peeps, what's going on? Darren here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about this book. It's called Show Your Work, 10 Ways to Share Your Creativity and Get Discovered by an author called Austin Kleon. Now, this book is a simple and straightforward guide that teaches you how to get your work out there and seen by people who appreciate it. And that is key. It's not just about getting eyeballs to see your work, but you really want it to be seen by persons who would appreciate and value the work that you're doing. Now, as you can see, this is not a huge, intimidating book. It's super tiny, and you just might be able to finish it within an afternoon. I think this is the first physical book that I bought probably since school days. You know, I listened to this on Audible for the first time, and then I got it on my phone, and then I eventually had to go and pick up a physical copy. Trust me, it is that good. So what really makes this book special? Well, in it, Austin talks about putting ourselves and our work out there. And he says something that's really simple, but is also profound. He says that in order to be found, we have to be findable. So this is definitely full of gems and of really good points that us creatives can take away. But there are three big things that stood out to me. The first one was that you don't have to be a genius in order to make something beautiful. The author here encourages us to think not just in terms of product, but in terms of process. So he says that by sharing the process of what we're doing, then we really get to connect with and to attract persons who would be interested in what we're doing in the first place. Because at the end of the day, we're interested not just in the what, not just in the finished product, but we want to peek behind the curtains. We want to see how something is made. And so for me personally, I am a little bit embarrassed at just how much time I spend looking at behind the scenes stuff, whether it's a movie or some of my favorite YouTubers. I spend way too much time just seeing how something was made. And I personally find that fascinating. And so by sharing how we're creating our art, we stand a much better chance of connecting with real persons who are also interested in our art or in creating similar art themselves. Now, the second big takeaway is to teach. This is one that I have struggled with because I always felt like I'm not an expert. I can't teach something because there are a million people who understand it better than I do. But in this book, he says that we don't have to be an expert in order to teach something. And in fact, he encourages us to embrace being an amateur. There's this really nice passage where it says, teaching people doesn't subtract value from what you do. It actually adds to it. When you teach someone how to do your work, you are in effect generating more interest in your work. People feel closer to you because you're letting them in on what you know. I think this is absolutely true. And so by sharing our process, by teaching persons as we're learning, we get to really make some strong, lasting connections with the persons that we're hoping to attract. So what can you teach? Well, if you're a photographer, there are so many people who are now starting out who have no idea what aperture and shutter speed and ISO mean. You can teach that. If you're an artist or a painter or a musician, there's always something that you're currently learning that you can share with the persons in your circle. And so that's something that I am trying to apply ever so gradually, is just to share the little bits that I'm learning. Now, number 3 for me was to share something small every day. And now this is not sharing your latte or your food or some nonsense. This is actually sharing the things that you're working on. So this can take the form of sharing on social media, so your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok posts. But you can also write a blog where you talk about the challenges that you're currently going through and some of the successes that you're having. You can share the books that you're reading that are inspirational. Maybe you heard a lyric in a song that really struck a chord and had you thinking. You can share that. And so by doing this consistently, you'll build a loyal following and you'll create a body of work that really speaks for itself. Honestly, this book is an absolute gem, and it was the biggest inspiration for me starting this YouTube channel in the first place. Because here I was thinking, why do it on YouTube? But this really helped me. And so I definitely think that it's something that you, my fellow creatives, can benefit from. Now this book is the second in a 3-part series, in fact. The first one, hold on, let me just grab it right here. The first one is called Steal Like an Artist, and then the final one is Keep Going. So if you guys would like me to make a similar video talking about these two, let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, then make sure that you hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe as well, because that's gonna definitely help to get this in front of more eyeballs, hopefully, that appreciate what I do here. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters. Okay, so here's a little behind the scenes. This is my camera that I'm filming on. My place is a mess, so just ignore that. But I've got the Sony there. I got a really cheap but decent light here. I got my iPad there that allows me to see what I'm recording. It's actually on a chair and it's resting on a coat because I ain't got like a stand for that. So that's that. And all the way across here, I got this little camera that I'm hoping caught a couple of like different angles. So I might be able to use something from that. And this is my behind the scenes of my little thingy. So yeah, boy, this is where I spend most of my time. There I got my desk where I work all day, and up there I got some of my camera stuff.